And by the way, those who claim to teach self-love are really intending to teach self-love, and they really mean good by it. And I think it's beautiful. The fact of the matter is, every one of us is unbelievable. We're better than we ever imagined. But how do you actually live it? How do you actually know it? See, that's really the point. You know, all of us, haven't you been there where you did self-love work and you felt really good for a while, but somehow 2 months, a year later, you're back in the same pattern, right? It just keeps happening. And all the people who teach and write the books and do this stuff, why does it seem to work for a little while? And I'll bet you judge yourself. It's the truth for all of us, and I'll tell you why. There's one thing and one thing only that generates your internal feeling on a consistent, ongoing basis. It's a different mind. It's your unconscious mind. We don't call it subconscious. We call it unconscious because that is a term used by people who understand how this mind works. There's specific training that we have and that we produce in psychoneurology that is incredibly technical. And it takes years to steep yourself in this kind of work to build the ability to assiduously create transformation on the unconscious level and to create permanent change. Okay, even in that, you know, in that respect, is because you have to understand the technology of how that communication works and the individuals who produced it, and we've expanded and embellished even that work. So what we do, there's nobody on the planet that does it. And therefore, if you have tried, like so many of us had years ago, if you had tried these things and felt like it was working, and then all of a sudden you found yourself back in the same pattern over and again, it's because you didn't change things on the unconscious. And guess what? You probably won't unless you actually know and have developed the skills about understanding how the unconscious works, how it takes in new resources, how it integrates those new resources and then uses them, then you're not really trained. Whether you're a psychiatrist, whether you're a physician, you don't have training in those things. We have spent years, in some cases, decades producing the material and decades distilling the material and years to inculcate in ourselves and in our doctors so that we know how to produce that change, and there's nobody else doing it. So people can have great intentions with trying to teach self-love, or they can have wonderful intentions with trying to teach self-esteem or self-confidence. But why does the rubber band always snap back? And the answer is because they're dealing with it on the level of the conscious mind. They're writing and processing and doing things that will work for a while, but in the end, it always slips back. If you want to change for good, if you want to change permanently, you have to understand there are specific ways to do it. And most of us have given our lives for a number of years to understand this and to produce that change. That's what we offer. And nobody else is offering the same thing. Nobody.